Hello. Today I'll be talking about
Sustainable Development Goals.
But Felix, what are sustainable development goals?
Thank you for asking, Felix with a high-pitched voice. The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs for short, are a set of global goals adopted by the UN in 2015 to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people will enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030.
And yeah, these global goals, they're great and all, but today we'll be talking about...
That's right, we'll be talking about the flaws, more precisely SDG number 13, climate action, and the belief that many people have that only governments have the power to combat climate change. But is that true? And if so, why is SDG 13 struggling to make real impact? Now, let's go through these core flaws and break them down. Number 1. Over-reliance on government leads to inaction by individuals. When people believe that only governments can handle climate change, individuals and communities can stop acting. It's called a deflection of responsibility.
So, like, everyone's waiting for someone else to do it.
That's right. A global study from Penn State University in 2023 found that most climate adaptation actions today are actually done by individuals, not governments. Yet, 89% of people worldwide still say they want their governments to act more strongly on climate, but many underestimate how much others actually care. Number 2. Government limitations. On the UN report in 2024, it found that the amount of finance provided to developing countries to help them adapt to the impacts of climate change is far short of the annual quota needed, with funding only being able to raise up to 28 billion USD, far short of the 359 billion USD a year needed. Many governments also face political pressure, short election cycles, and conflicts between climate goals. In some countries, corruption or weak institutions slow progress even more. Number 3. Helpless thinking. Helpless thinking is when people believe that individual behaviors can influence climate change. People that believe in this are less likely to conserve energy or adopt eco-friendly habits. People often misuse statistics to reinforce helplessness. For example, hearing that global emissions are rising despite decades of policy might enforce the idea that no progress is possible.
Alright, I'll take your word for it. But why are these flaws so prevalent?
Thought awareness and better reasoning. Why do people choose to not take action? The illusion of passivity as moral neutrality, believing that doing nothing is safe or neutral rather than complicit in delay, which means they unintentionally slow down climate action. Ignoring evidence of individual or community initiatives. Many local projects tend to go under the radar and are forgotten. For example, a study in the Finland suburb looked at what households were doing, and they calculated that many of them already do low-impact actions such as recycling or reducing waste. Ignoring trade-offs and delays. People assume new climate laws can be rolled out instantly, but most of them in actuality need years of negotiation and testing. Anyways, moving on. Underestimating corporate lobbying. Large fossil fuel and energy companies spend millions every year lobbying against strong climate regulations to protect profits. In 2023, it was reported that the world's 5 largest oil companies, ExxonMobil, Shell, BP, Chevron, and Total Energies, spent over $750 million on climate-related lobbying since the Paris Agreement in 2015. Learned helplessness. After hearing about constant failures, people stop trying altogether. Research on climate distress shows that feelings of helplessness, grief, and anxiety can reduce engagement when people feel overwhelmed. Now this may all sound very discouraging, government struggling, people feeling powerless, but not all hope is lost. Instead of thinking governments must do everything or that nothing individuals do matter, we should see climate action as shared, where every choice, every voice, and every small effort adds up to real change. Enough talking! Let's deal with climate change now!